Welcome to the Positive Change Methods podcast with me, Andy Smith. Each episode will bring you tips, practical change formats, and new perspectives to make your life and work better right now, drawn from Appreciative Inquiry and related approaches. This episode is brought to you by the Practical Appreciative Inquiry Facilitator Training. Let me show you how to get started using Appreciative Inquiry confidently with teams and small groups. The next live online course starts soon. You can find the details and how to book your place at coachingleaders.co.uk. Let's get started. In this episode, we come to the next stage in Appreciative Inquiry's 5D cycle. So let's take a look at what happens in the dream stage. During the dream stage, we invite participants to envisage an ideal future in which the team is organized around its strengths and aspirations, and the exceptional experiences and life-giving energies uncovered in the discovery phase become the norm rather than the exception. The question we're playing with is some version of, in an ideal world, what would we want to happen in relation to this topic, i.e. the affirmative topic that this appreciative inquiry process is focusing on. We would adapt the question to fit the topic and make sense in the company culture, but that's what we're really after. We want participants to wonder, what would that be like in an ideal world? So we're not asking, how do we practically get there? We're also not asking, is it possible? Is it feasible? Is it realistic? We're setting a direction. Even if we only ever get halfway there, that's still a 50% improvement on where we started from. We're posing the question in the context of an ideal world to rescue the participants from limiting their imagination and collective ambition by thinking too logically about the desired future and bringing in constraints of what they think, given their existing mindset and belief systems, is realistic. Getting the group to look beyond the limits of their habitual thinking may be easier than you expect, because the successes uncovered in the discovery stage will have given them a foundation to build their desired future on. It also makes the desired future easier to believe in, because they've reminded themselves of some of their reference experiences of success, even if those successes only happened sporadically and partially. Our aim in the dream stage, then, is for people to co-create a vision of what an ideal future could be, based on the rich data unearthed during the discovery phase, to enable people to move forward in ways which they hadn't previously thought of. So, how do we do this? Firstly, if the dream stage follows directly on from the discovery stage, people will still have their empathic networks activated, which makes it easier for them to think creatively. If the two stages are separated in time, we do some kind of warm-up appreciative interviews and remind them of what they did in the discovery stage to take them back to that sense of excitement and possibility. Secondly, rather than asking them to work on a logically argued document or set of bullet points or set of figures, we're encouraging them to collaborate on some sort of artwork that represents the desired future. Collage, theatrical skit, balloon sculpture, poetry, plasticine, Lego, even mime or interpretive dance. We've had almost every conceivable form of artistic expression in the past on these groups that I've run, depending on the kind of skills that people have had. There was a piano in the room one time and a participant just made up a song. In another workshop, one participant was a DJ with some mixing software on his iPad. Somebody else could rap, and they did a bit of scratching and improvised a rap on the spot. There's no limit to the type of creative expression that people can let loose in the dream stage. They're enjoying themselves and expressing themselves and bouncing creative ideas off each other, coming up with ideas between them that none of them could have thought of on their own. It's at this stage in most appreciative inquiries that people become really fired up and enthusiastic. Ideas start to flow, and even the self-identified least creative people find ways of getting their key messages across. I want to emphasize that what we're not doing here is setting smart goals, or getting into the details of timings, budgets, or who does what. That comes later, in the delivery stage. We're asking the metaphorical question, what would it be like? The power of metaphor is that it's high level and abstract, so that everyone can relate to it and feel motivated to bring it to life. If we tried to get into the details too early of how to make the dream happen in the real world, it could lead to disagreements over what to do, because the further down you get into details, the more there is to disagree over. Keeping the vision metaphorical and represented in artistic form means you get the emotional reaction that motivates people to want to make it happen, without dropping people into analytic mode too soon. The output from the dream stage will be a co-created and exciting metaphorical vision of how things could be and what that would feel like. The participants may also create one or more slogans or straplines that sum the dream up in a few words and inspire people to stay on track and live up to the dream. In appreciative inquiry terminology, these are called provocative propositions. The power of the dream stage is that it encourages people to use the creative side of their brains, enabling them to come up with ideas and solutions that they wouldn't have thought of in a more formal or analytic setting. It also enables people from various levels within an organization or community to communicate with one another on an equal basis, which makes it a very suitable approach for community and stakeholder engagement events. Thanks for listening to the Positive Change Methods podcast with me, Andy Smith. You can find the show notes at positivechangemethods.com. Please like and subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you like this episode, leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or anywhere else you can review it. Or if you want to help us even more, with less effort on your part, tell your friends and colleagues about the podcast. See you next time.